Hello, and welcome back to my channel, to a series of videos introducing SpoG. SpoG is a Google Sheets add-on that generates various components of a fully functional database application. The application can be a CRM or other modules of an ERP system. This video introduces two main features of SpoG: views and queries. Views in SpoG are tables that are filtered by user-given conditions or by developer-given conditions. They are created by applying Google Sheets filter conditions on a table data range and then saving the specific filter conditions combination in SpoG's metadata. The user can load the view back, and this causes the saved filter conditions to be applied again on the table's record. As a developer, you will be able to use views in advanced SpoG features such as queries. When a view is loaded, SpoG changes the title to reflect that the subset of data records has a meaning, usually a sub-entity in the database structure. Here's an example. In the customers table, when column group members count is not 0, it means that record represents a person who is ahead of a group. And in this business, some of the communications to customers are made only through heads of groups. In SQL language, that would be equivalent to the following command. Queries in SpoG are a way to automatically manipulate data in multiple tables in a developer-defined logic by a single user action. Like all metadata in SpoG, queries are defined in specific rows in the metadata area. For column A, we use the syntax query, column, query name. We create a row with the same query name in all tables that are going to be affected by the result of that query. For the other rows cells, we type in definitions only for the table columns we want to be changed by the query and leave the other cells empty. This is equivalent to listing the output columns in the right clause in an SQL insert command. Query sources can be an entire table, a view, selected records from a table, a constant value, or user input values given when running the query. Referring to a source in a query's metadata rows at one or more destination tables across the SpoG application is equivalent to adding that source to an SQL from clause. These are the options for a definition within the query metadata row. The definition tells SpoG what is the source, and for table or views, also what is the column from that source. User parameter in the format of @PRM0, @PRM1, etc. A constant value in the format of equals t alphanumeric value or equals n numeric value. A column for any table participating in the query in the format of table.column or table**column. The asterisk format means just rows selected prior to running the query, or table1.column equals table2.column, or view.column, which can be on each side of the equal sign too. All of these options affect which sources participate in the query, as described earlier, and also affect what values result from it, which is equivalent to specifying the expression in an SQL select clause. Like in an SQL query, SpoG goes through combinations of records from all sources and keeps just the combinations that satisfy the conditions, if any, which are equivalent to SQL's where clause. The value is naturally the same on both sides of the equal sign if any data is found, and that value is used as a result that is added or updated in the resulting rows at that column. Column B is called internal ID or sysID in SpoG, and its content in a query metadata row affects whether the query will add records or update records in the destination. Empty column B means adding records. Destination table name or one of its views together with a sysID column means updating records. For example, customers group heads .sysID in that column causes SpoG to fetch the data from the view and remember the sheet's source row numbers, and then each source row gets updated with the rest of the definitions in the metadata query row. In this last example for this video, new campaign messages is a view of Turer template campaign and the source to the query. When activated, the query matches records between that view and customer group heads view, and then updates the sysID of each customer's record into the matching Turer template campaign record. If column sysID in the query definition was empty, then new records with new IDs would have been added to the table, with customer ID having values in them. To learn more about SpoG, please visit gazebotech.com. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.